Hold it right there. You're breaking the law. The law! Okay. Hello everyone, welcome. This is a response video. But there are millions of people right now doing this. So this ain't exactly original. Moochie. No, I'm just kidding. This is a serious matter when it comes to video game stuff on YouTube. Specifically Nintendo related. As you probably can tell from my fancy perfect title, which I have not created yet at the foresight of recording this. It's kind of a dim light if you're a person who makes all your money off YouTube. Now, I do it more for fun. Yes, I do make a little. I make very, very little. As a very small person who just got to be with a network for about 2 months now. But I have my own job, so it doesn't really affect me much. It hasn't affected me at all, really, actually. But I can see where like big Let's Players are really worried about it. And I don't know how to really feel about it all the way. I've really spent the last 2 days really thinking about how I feel about it. I mean, for one thing, Nintendo is not giving strikes, is not taking channels down, is not banning, removing videos like Sega did with the whole Shining Force thing last year. That's not what's happening. And, well, that does certainly sound better, but on the other side, they're not really caring how, because they're using the automatic claiming system to they're doing the, you know, the more common one ads on your video thing that most places do now. You still can get strikes and whipped off of that, but that's not happening with Nintendo. They're just claiming it and running their ads on it. And obviously for people who make all the money on here as a job, as a living, as a way to sustain a house and stuff, obviously that brings bad news to them. Before I continue on, of course, we need to say one thing in case you don't really understand. You know, I'm not a lawyer, I'm no professor in law, I'm not a law expert, but it cannot be denied unless you're really foolish or something. But there is no laws about Let's Plays in Pacific. Like, fair use does not exactly pertain to Let's Plays. And the reason is because Let's Plays have never went to a courtroom before. They are a gray area of opinion. In America, there is no defining laws whether a Let's Play is illegal, somewhat legal, or fully legal. Because it's never went to court for any reason. And I've already mentioned it before on a really old video when something was happening, that it will never be defined until it actually goes to court. It will always be in a gray area because companies don't want to risk it, because it'd be like the old court case that made fair use for reviews. The guy won and boom. Imagine if that happened now. You could get millions from the company possibly if they lost. They could lose tons of money if they lost such a gambling court thing. But at the same time, if they won, then boom. No more Let's Plays, they win, bad. But nobody's really going to take that risk any time soon. Maybe one day somebody will boldly fight one way or the other way or that, but it'll always be in the gray area until that ever happens, at least in American law. And that's for Let's Plays. Now, obviously, reviews are defined as fair use, and Nintendo can't legally do that. And they are. That is, well, in my opinion, things are starting to become a problem. Nintendo is using Auto System, which will you give YouTube a material of a wheel, and it shows that footage. and anything that matches that footage, bam, it gets the claim on it. Now, this has just happened recently, so hopefully people who do reviews in that will be able to count on them, and Nintendo will be like, well, it's a review. Well, we'll take it off. And that would make a lot of people more happier. But sadly, there's still the Let's Plays. The Let's Plays are a huge gray area. A gray area that is not defined by law. And while I've seen like 30 of these videos already. And different people have good points, and others are spewing lies and misinformed information. Like I said, I'm no master of law or anything, but Let's Plays are not defined in law, and there is no definition. There won't be anytime soon until it goes to court or something. It's not happening anytime soon. And that's the problem. And because of that, this is what all this stuff, like with Sega, what Nintendo's doing now, stuff that happened in the past, 2K games, all that, all these things that have happened on YouTube, all because it's in a gray area. And it really does suck. Well, like I said, to me, it doesn't matter too much, you know. My stance is, I'm not boycotting Nintendo or anything. There's always people going, we're going to boycott and bull and that. Here's an excellent video to go check out if you want a really in-depth thing and what I think is a really good opinion of a lot of this. Go to Total Biscuit. I will leave a link to the Pacific video, even though this ain't a response video to his video. I'm not even sure if he would even really allow it to be. I'm not sure. But Total Biscuit did an excellent video about the good, the bad, and the ugly. And in the end, is this really good? Still very subjective, but I think it is not very good because it's harming reviews and things that all defined legally by fair use. Now, Let's Plays are a gray area, and that's a side thing. That's a side thing, and sadly, that's something the community will have to express. Now, I talked to my network, and just to mention also, Total Biscuit talked to his network, and he mentioned what his network said. His network, the Game Station, which is a network through Mako, and my network is also a network that is a side network from Mako. So both are actually in the link to the top pyramid of Mako. So, in a way, that could somewhat be applied to me, but basically, they said they're going to work with Nintendo, they're going to talk to Nintendo, talk about the repercussions and such of these actions, and they feel like they're misunderstood and not understanding what's going on. And that could be very well. Now, again, as another thing, I am not incredibly well informed of this subject matter, but I have been told, supposedly, in Japan, a lot of stuff we do on YouTube is in Japan. Like, very new. I don't know how accurate or true that is, but if that is the case, that could be very well, for one reason, because, you gotta remember, Nintendo is a Japanese company. That's the main headquarters. I mean, there's Nintendo America and Europe as well, but, you know, the Japanese branch is the highest branch, so. And like I said, I don't know how accurate that is. That might just be completely, I've never found really compound proof on that. But I have been told by multiple people before. And it has not affected me. I've heard a few things from other Let's Players, and it's just one thing that makes me happy, that when I do reviews, I talk about in a more personal way instead of throwing tons of video game footage. It really just completely avoids that. Because after all, when you're watching a review, are you wanting my opinion, or are you just wanting to see the gameplay? Because if that's what you want to see, then buy the game or watch a Let's Play, I guess. I mean, the point of review is to hear my thoughts and to see if it's a good, right? I mean, I thought that was the point of a review. That's why I hate fucking like trailers these days and shit. I mean, a trailer is supposed to give you kind of an idea of the game, but instead it's CGI and everything and flashy guns and swords and oh, not a single bit of gameplay. I mean, but we're starting to go way off topic, aren't we? Anyway, basically, I have one thing to suggest, Willie. Obviously, Nintendo has made their move. If you don't agree with what Nintendo did, I would recommend going to the Facebook, Twitter, and other social media and politely, gentlemanly, like a concerned consumer, tell your disconcerns about the effects and repercussions of this. If you like it, well, then I guess you're always good. Anyway, my thoughts, it's kind of middle ground, really. I mean, I think they kind of seen what Sega did and just kind of, we definitely need to funnily approach this. It's not exactly the worst case scenario, but it's not exactly the best either. Personally, my personal preference, and this can't be done on current YouTube, when someone claims a video for AdSense and that, only one person can claim that video. That's why if you see a video that has like 5 different song artists in it, or intertwined in one video, it gets a strike instead. Because multiple people are trying to claim it, and they all conflict, and thus the easiest way to sell is removed from YouTube. And yeah, that kind of becomes an issue. But yeah. But if they could make a system where the publisher, game maker, and the Let's Player could both get earnings from it, that could be a more fair system. After all, we gotta remember, it is their games. It's their games, but it's a really touchy subject, really. I would just really recommend watching Twirl Biscuit's video for if you want more in-depth thought about. It's a really good video. I agree pretty much full-heartedly about everything. That's really my own 2 cents. If they made a system where both people could get a little revenue from it, I think that would be much better for Let's Plays. Let's Plays. Now, reviews and stuff, that's a different can of worms. As I said, it's always defined in American law that they shouldn't be able to do that. So hopefully that gets straightened out. Anywho, that's my little thoughts, and yeah. I did think about a lot, and I'm still very mixed feelings about that. So, you know what? I'd love to hear what you think. Really, I would like to hear what you think. Because this is a very complexing matter of ownership, rights, I mean, consumer rights, publisher rights, makers' rights. I mean, there's a lot of different people mixed into this, you know? It's not a very clear-cut answered thing. So, I'd love to hear what you think about it. I would recommend watching maybe a few more videos before doing that. I found much better to get more accurate information. Like, for example, Nintendo actually did do a statement on this. It basically was Nintendo's became a YouTube partner, unlike other people who did things. And no, they didn't actually say Sega, but Mice World. We will be allowing videos to be shared and continue to be enjoyed by people, but we may claim it. So, yeah. Anyway, that's my thoughts. I'd love to hear what you think. I hope to hear from you. And just to let you know, this should be the last video you see on this channel for this week. That is because I am visiting my sister this weekend. My sister and her nephew this weekend for Memorial Weekend. And I will be doing recordings of all that and be giving my nephew his gift. And you all get to see his wonderful face and everything. His name's Waiko, by the way. Anyway, until next time, dear viewer, I hope you look forward to stuff. Hopefully, on my Let's Play channel, videos will continue to go up properly. I'll be trying to use the schedule, hopefully, but that thing has not really worked out too well for me. But anywho, I'll see you next time, and praise the sun. Somebody give me the UK version of 1.09 for Dark Souls, for the love of humanity!